Welcome once again to my tutorial sessions, and this tutorial is basically going to cover uh, citizenship. Once again, my name is Msimen Alex, and I'm going to take you through the citizenship, how to acquire citizenship, different categories of citizenship, how to lose citizenship, and duties of a citizen, and the consequences of being a citizen to a given country. That is that basically I'm going to take you through in these tutorial sessions. Basically, when we talk about citizenship, then we must appreciate several provisions in the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, and that is specifically from Article 9 up to Article 19 of the Constitution. We also have to go and appreciate of the national objectives and directives, specifically Objective 19 of the Constitution on the duties of the citizen. So here, basically, as I earlier said, we are going to look at the importance. Why is it important to have citizenship? We are going to look at definition of a citizenship, definition of a citizen, and we're going to look at definition of naturalization. What does it mean, a naturalization? And we're going to look at a, like I earlier said, how to lose citizenship. So what? Who is a citizen? Who is a citizen? As I earlier said, we must appreciate this. A citizen is a participatory member of a given political community, a participatory member of a given political community. That is a citizen, and we must appreciate it. And I must also espouse that citizenship is acquired after going through a number of specific number of given provisions of the law. What the legal requirements, you must go through a number of legal requirements that require you to attain citizenship. This is a very important topic in constitutional law that we must move through and appreciate it. So, what is citizenship? What does it mean to being a citizen? What is citizenship? Citizenship is the status of a person recognized under custom or law as being legal member of the sovereign state. We are saying that citizenship is the status of a person recognized under the custom or law as being a legal member of a given sovereign state. And that is what we mean. You need to know that a person can have a single citizenship, a person can have multiple citizenships of like having a citizenship in Uganda, having a citizenship in Kenya. Like we shall appreciate as we move on. Then let us look at what is naturalization. Let's look at the nationality versus naturalization. Nationality or versus actually nationality versus citizenship. And as we try to appreciate the definition of naturalization, nationality is often used as a synonym for citizenship in English, common in English actually. One can say nationality, citizenship, they tend to mean the same. Or even in international law, you will appreciate it more as you move on. So nationality is a legal status. And nationality is a legal status denoting the country to which an individual belongs. Is a legal status denoting the country to which an individual belongs. You need to know that uh, that kind of status can be attained by birth, by inheritance, or by nationalization. Nationalization, or it can actually be attained by registration. That kind of status can be attained by nationalization, or actually nationalization, inheritance, or by birth. That is what we are trying to appreciate. Like I earlier said, citizenship, I must emphasize it. It is a status acquired by becoming a registered member of the state. By becoming a registered member of the state. And you must also appreciate that it's not only by registration, you can even acquire citizenship by birth, which are appreciate those different provisions, different uh, categories of citizenship as we move on. Let's first appreciate the importance of being a citizen, the importance of citizenship. Citizenship determines where it determines where an individual owes allegiance, or, for example, in the cases of conflict, one would owe an allegiance on to his country. That is very, very important. It also helps in seeking protection, seeking protection of an individual within the country where he belongs. You can't seek protection from the country where you don't belong. It actually becomes possible when you belong to a certain country and you're seeking protection. Since you're a citizen to a given country, to such country, to where you have the citizenship, it helps in acquiring or seeking protection from that given country. You need to also know that uh, the Constitution, in many respects, treats citizens and non-citizens differently. When this auction, not only the Constitution but entire legal system, treats citizens and non-citizens differently. That is the importance of being a citizen to a country. Then you also have the state responsibility in regards to the citizenship. Then, as a citizen, it is also important to have citizenship because it provides for the right of freedom of movement. When you are a citizen in a given country, then you can move wherever you want. Unlike in other countries, in other jurisdictions, where when you're not a student in that, when you're not a citizenship in that country, you may not ably move here and there. You will always be limited in one way or the other. It's also be important in criminal proceedings. That's when we come to criminal proceedings, then we are talking about extradition, uh, in different things. So it is important in determining criminal matters. To which country should you be charged? Which country should uh, define charges against that individual? Because if you're not a citizen of a given country, it becomes so hard to determine your criminal charge. So we also need to look at, as I earlier said in the very last point, I said the issues to do with jurisdiction. Issues to do with the jurisdiction. Apart from extradition, citizenship may also determine aspects of jurisdiction, especially in criminal cases. There are certain countries that make it an offense to harm the citizen of a given country, and that is important. That the importance of it in that respect. It also citizenship provides for rights of an individual. Rights of an individual. Being a citizen, then the law provides for given rights that are inherent to the citizen of the citizens, or to a specific citizen of that given country. And when you're not a citizen of that country, then that means you will not benefit on that given rights. Then you also have to appreciate that it helps to identify the duties of individuals in a given sovereign state. That is very, very important, that you need to appreciate as we are proceeding. Then let's now appreciate how citizenship is determined, or how to acquire citizenship in Ugandan jurisdiction. So the constitution or even other legal provisions relating to citizenship is a matter of issue, or it's a matter of concern. It must be respected in regard determination of these or in determination of the citizenship. It is very, very important. Like I earlier told you, the constitution serves as the grand norm. We have the immigration, the Act of Parliament regarding migration. Yeah, they also provide for different ways on how to acquire citizenship. So can let's now move to uh, categories of citizenship from the Constitution. Categories of citizenship are from the Constitution. Let's now begin with Article 10, that provides for citizenship by birth. What is citizenship by birth? How do you acquire citizenship by birth? That means you must the parents of that very person or grandparents must have been members of the indigenous communities, existing in Uganda actually before right from 1926. They must have been citizens of Uganda. The indigenous communities are provided for under the schedules. You have to go and appreciate. Then citizenship by birth is also acquired by every person born in or outside Uganda, one of whose parents or grandparents was at the time of birth a person or a citizen of Uganda. If the parents of an individual, one of them, was actually a citizen of Uganda, that person acquires citizenship by birth. That person acquires citizenship by birth. Just having a single parent being a citizen of Uganda at the time of the birth of that individual uh, qualifies that person to be a citizen of Uganda. Then let's now look at Article 11. Article 11 provides for foundlings and adopted children. How do we determine the the how do we determine the citizenship of these children, the foundlings, the people found, and the these children adopted? Actually, not only just the children, but any person adopted. How do you determine the citizenship of such an individual? And when you read clause one of it, it says that a child not more than 5 years, of age found in Uganda whose parents are unknown at that time. The child is below 5 years, but the parents are unknown. That person automatically acquires citizenship by birth. It shall be presumed. Actually, some people call it citizenship by presumption. Citizenship by presumption, though it falls under citizenship by birth, but it is important to know that this person will acquire automatically the citizenship by birth. So it shall be presumed that actually this child was born in Uganda and shall acquire citizenship by birth. And that is very, very important. Then when you read clause 2, it provides that a child under the age of 18 years, neither of whose parents is a citizen of Uganda, who is adopted by the citizen of Uganda, shall on application be registered as a citizen of Uganda. That means a person below the age of 18 adopted by a citizen of Uganda will acquire citizenship by registration. We shall appreciate citizenship by registration as we move further. So actually, let's now proceed to Article 12 that will discuss for us citizenship by registration. And this very provision provides for how do you acquire citizenship by registration. how do you acquire citizenship by registration, and it provides that that every person born in Uganda at the time of whose birth neither of his parents were not Ugandans, even not being uh, his grandparents maybe had actually diplomatic status in Uganda. Such individuals have the right to apply and acquire citizenship by registration. And that is very, very important. Even a person, neither of his parents uh, or grandparents was a refugee in Uganda at the time of his birth, but was born in Uganda. That person also has a right to apply and be registered as a citizen of Uganda. And then we also have people who have lived for a very long time in Uganda, uh, right since 1962, and they have actually been in Uganda. They were not in born in, they are actually not born in Uganda, or they were born in Uganda, but their parents were not Ugandans, but they have lived in Uganda right since 1962 in October. Such individuals also have a right to apply and be registered as Ugandans or acquire citizenship by registration. Even we have other categories of people under clause 2 of Article 12 that can be registered as Ugandans. Number one, we have people married to citizens of Uganda. Such individuals can be registered as Ugandans. We have people who are legal, who voluntarily migrate to Uganda and they would love to acquire citizenship of Uganda. Such individuals can also apply and be registered as Ugandans. When we have even people who, on the commencement of the constitution, had lived in Uganda for the last 20 years. Such individuals also have a right to apply and be registered as uh, citizens of Uganda. So you have to go and appreciate Article 12 more and appreciate on the how registration, how citizenship by registration is acquired. It is a very, very important provision that you will need to appreciate. Let's now look at citizenship by naturalization. What is citizenship by naturalization? And that the duty now is given to the parliament to make the laws on how a person can acquire citizenship by naturalization or lose the citizenship by naturalization. We shall appreciate it more and more as we move on. Let's first now appreciate how to lose your citizenship by registration. How do you lose it? How a person can lose citizenship by registration. So you need to know that a person shall be deprived of his or her citizenship if that kind of citizenship was actually uh, 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 acquired or was actually registered, or upon registration, that person, if that person voluntarily provide service in the armed forces of the security of a hostile country. If you voluntarily provide security or join armed forces of the enemy country, then you automatically lose the citizenship by registration. If let's say you had registered as a citizen of Uganda, but later on you join the armed forces of the enemy country, then that takes you to the enemy side. That means you can no longer be a citizen of Uganda. And the number two is that if you had acquired the citizenship by fraud, deceit, or bribery, that means you can also automatically lose that kind of citizenship. That is very important that you must appreciate. If you acquired citizenship by bribery, by fraud, or by deceit, then that automatically, the moment it is discovered, then you automatically lose that citizenship. Or that is what we call espionage against Uganda. If you join the spy group, if you start spying against Uganda, you automatically lose the citizenship of Uganda. You can no longer be a citizen of Uganda, but you automatically lose the citizenship. The moment it is discovered that you are actually spying on Uganda, you're actually spying on the country of that you have the citizenship of, then you automatically lose that citizenship in the context of Uganda. Let's appreciate now uh, the citizenship, or what we call dual citizenship. Dual citizenship, in simple terms, is having uh, more than one citizenship, more than one status of being actually belonging in more than one country. Having a citizenship in Uganda, having a citizenship in Kenya, having a citizenship in any other country of choice. How did you acquire it? That means a person, actually it is a benefit of persons below the actually persons above the age of 18, that if you're above 18, then you have a right to have more than one a kind of citizenships you can. But let's say now a good example here that I can give you is when you are a citizen by birth in Uganda, you can now apply for a citizenship by registration in Kenya or any other country. You may be a citizen by birth in UK, in England, in America, in any other country, but then come in Uganda and acquire citizenship by registration. That is what we mean by dual citizenship, and you can appreciate it when you go to Article 15 of the Constitution. Otherwise, those are different kinds of citizenship. Uh, I want to thank you so much for being here. Uh, Make sure you have a number of cases, a number of more other provisions. Appreciate more of these provisions. They will guide you on this kind of citizenship. Specifically, as a take home, I'm going to read a case of Unity Dow versus Attorney General. Unity Dow versus Attorney General in regard to citizenship. That case will also shed light uh, in regard to citizenship. Thank you so much. Please, I encourage you to subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you so much.